Tarute. I'm the acting manager for ZPC, which is a subsidiary of Zesa. Yeah, the commissioning of Hwange 7 and 8 is such occasion for Zimbabwe Power Company. We're basically increased in terms of power production. As you may know, before this we're owning about 5 power stations: Kariba, Munyati, Harare, Blawa, and Hwange units. But we've added 2 units at Hwange. And you may know that we also added 2 units at Kariba around 2019. So we believe that we are on the right path in terms of making sure that we constantly increase power generation assets, so that we can increase the reliability and accessibility of electricity to all Zimbabweans, so to speak. Yeah, Unit 7 and 8, they are 2 by 3 35 megawatt units, which means that in terms of their nameplate capacity, they can do 670, but what gets sent to the grid is 600 megawatts. The units themselves will also consume about 35 megawatts each. So this is where the difference from the 670 and the 600 comes from. So we're pushing 600 megawatts right now as we speak into the grid from Hwange 7 and 8. And we're also pushing about 394 megawatts from units 1 to 6. But for units 1 to 6, it's only 4 units that are in service. The other 2 units are out on major overhaul, so to speak. But they will soon be coming on stream. Yeah, well, our demand right now, which was like a winter demand, was about 1,900 megawatts. So what it means is that we actually need to produce 1,800 megawatts for us to load shed. That's so for us to meet the requirements of each and every Zimbabwean, including industry, including farming, including commercial, and so forth. So that is what is happening currently. We have very minimal load. If I remember, even yesterday, we had to reduce production because we're producing more than what this bank. So we're quite delighted that we have managed to make this movement, but we're not going to rest on all because of this achievement. We want to repower Hwange units 1 to 6 so they become reliable, so that we can get maximum capacity out of them, so that we can extend their lifetime. And we also want to look at other projects in the country, for example, Batoka Gorge hydropower station, and also Mpandangua hydropower station, which is downstream of Kabara Basa. So those are some of the niches that we want to look at. We also repurpose South Thermos, Harare Power Station, Blawa Power Station, and Munyati Power Station. As you may know, some of those stations were 1945. So they've become costly to operate, they've become costly to run. So we want to bring in new technology and also even invite strategic partners so that they can come on board, and then we can develop those stations together, give them more life, make them more reliable, and get more capacity from them. Created directly more than 3,000 jobs, and you know, each family member, each employee was working. Obviously, maybe they had about 10 or 20 people that they were looking after. So you can see the downstream effect of employing 3,000 people. And we have also created a market for not only Hwange power station or Hwange, but even the country at large, even the region. We've got contractors who are here, who came from as far afield as China, some from Europe, who had worked here for Hwange 7 success.
Excellency, all protocols observed. Welcome to Hwange Expansion Project Dashboard, or those that drive cars know that they are dashboards, that's the window for everyone to see what's happening on the car. So this one is the dashboard for Hwange Expansion Project, and that is what we call the Hwange Expansion Project Control Building. My name is Engineer Forbes Chanakira, and I was the project manager for the implementation of this particular project, assisted by a team of many young engineers. I think a total of more than 64 engineers who worked on this project tirelessly to ensure that we deliver these very important projects to you, Your Excellency. At this juncture, allow me, Your Excellency, to request one of my colleagues who is a lady engineer who happened to lead a team of turbine specialists. He's one of our specialists, and he will walk you through the turbine and the boiler design on this power plant. With your indulgence, may I request Engineer Lucia Shbanda to take you through.
Good morning, Your Excellency. Welcome to Hwange Power Station Expansion Project. Magani Shumba. My name is Lucia Chibanda. I am an engineer. I am the lead for the main plant. I'm the section engineer for the main plant.
Excellent.
Thank you. I was involved in the design phase, the installation, the manufacturing, and the commissioning of these power plants. The turbine section includes the iconic cooling tower, which you saw outside, which has a staggering height of 150 meters and a base diameter of 120. The cooling tower acts like your radiator. It cools the water that is inside here, our condenser. During the design phase, I was involved in reviewing the technical specifications, the designs, and making sure they are robust and they improve the efficiency from the lessons we had learned from stage 1 and stage 2. I approved the designs. I went to China and conducted vendor quality surveillance, choosing only the best manufacturers to make sure this turbine would deliver in line with Vision 2030, where you want Zimbabwe to be an upper middle income economy. And electricity. Electricity is one of the key things that we need to increase and grow our economy. We understood this assignment, and I hope the plants that you see will bear testimony to that. During the manufacture, we had factory acceptance tests, which are signed off to make sure the equipment was robust and would always deliver the 600 megawatts into the national grid. The installation, the equipment came to Zimbabwe together with my team that I was working with as the section engineer, the engineers and the technicians. We inspected each and every equipment. Where I saw defects, I instructed the contractor to rectify those defects and take corrective action and make sure the equipment delivered according to the contractual obligations. We went on to do hot commissioning and cold commissioning. Last but not least, I chaired the performance guarantee tests. These are acceptance tests to make sure if you say this turbine is supposed to produce 335 megawatts, does it do that? Let me tell you a little secret, my president. This turbine did not only do 335 megawatts, but during a special condition called the valve wide open, it produced 358 megawatts. You may ask, how is electricity produced? I will put it in simple terms. Our electric production is based on the Rankine cycle and the first law of thermodynamics, which says energy is neither created nor destroyed. We only convert from one form to another. In our boiler here, the black part, we have water or tubes. We introduce coal and air. just like the food in your stomach. Like digestion, here we combust the coal. It becomes heat energy. We produce steam, which exits at these parameters, 16.7 MPI pressure, which is 80 times the pressure in your car tires. 538 degrees, it exits via the pipeworks. And all these pipeworks were subjected to hydrostatic tests, 1.5 times the working pressure according to world standards and the Zimbabwean law. After the steam exits, it enters the turbine where it expands and does work. The same rotor is coupled to the generator rotor. We introduce a magnetic field in this generator, which you shall see when you go to the 12-meter operating floor, where we have a rotating rotor and a magnetic field. That's how we produce electricity. All the other items that you see are there to increase the efficiency of the process, from chemical energy to heat energy to mechanical energy in the turbine, and lastly, electrical energy in the generator. Neiwaya ndinokutendai nekuti pamukana sevana veZimbabwe to build this power station. I can proudly tell you, I can build more power stations if you give me the opportunity.
As my colleague has already described the system to control of that system is done in this book. This is the control of what unit 7 and 8. On this end is unit 7. Everything that you see on this side is the unit 7. On the other side that is the unit 7. All these parameters we are able to monitor them at all times. And then we also have CCTV screens that we're using also to aid us in the surveillance of the plant, because we always want to have a holistic view of the plant at all times. So we also make use of cameras to assist us to supervise the plant. We have, if you look maybe at that far end, both far ends, that is the furnace. That is the coal, that is magnetic, yes, that's the coal that is burning, that's the furnace. So that is for unit 7. And we also have for unit 8 on the other end. We also have, like here, we also have, this is the bottom ash, that is the ash that is at the bottom of the boiler. You can also see it from here. And then we also have this one here now, which is an improvement from our stage 1 and stage 2 system. We have a boiler leakage detection system. So maybe, as you may be aware, one of the problems that we encounter in the thermal power plant is boiler tube leaks. So in this system, we are able to detect tube leaks. If a tube leak happens, if we look here on the screen, I mean, maybe the font is a bit small, but everything here being green, it means the time rate is very low. If there is a problem, it will immediately alarm, or it will go red, there is a problem. So from this control room, we are able to see the whole. Thank you.
Second Republic, and indeed on behalf of the people of Zimbabwe. Today we are witnessing the commissioning of 7 and 8 here at Hwange. The journey began in April 2018 when I visited the People's Republic of China. And I had tete with my dear brother, the president of the People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping. In that discussion, I said to him, I had a list of over 10 projects which I was shopping for his assistance. And he chose to make a political decision, which he said was being made by himself, not by the government of the people of China. And he chose 4 projects, and one of the 4 projects was this one. And he awarded 1.3 billion, and now here it is 1.5 billion. But that time in April 2018, he said, my dear brother, I'm granting you a soft loan, a concessional loan of 1.3 billion to do Hwange 7 and 8. It was for any development, for any modernization. In developing countries, energy is a critical enabler for our industrialization. So today, I'm wondering, I came here in 2018 and this was just plain when we did the groundbreaking. And I can't even remember where we were standing. So I have said to the authorities here, I want, okay, it should be you people. I need perfect pictures for this place, which I will send to my dear brother Xi Jinping to say, thank you, on behalf of the people of Zimbabwe. I say thank you to you. The decision he made in April 2018 is actualized to this event. We now are energy sufficient in this country. But of course, as a result of the continued growth of our economy, we shall need to continue to make other plans and to have more energy.
Now, based on what you've told about China, what can you say about the fruits that you've seen as our leader in terms of your international engagements?
Well, first and foremost, we are under sanctions. And we, as the Second Republic, we have not put our heads in the sand and said, because there are sanctions, because the intention of those who put us under sanctions was that they wanted us to collapse. So we decided that we must look, one, in our own domestic resources for us to survive. Secondly, relate to our traditional friends to support us in our quest to leapfrog alongside the other developing countries. And this we have succeeded. In fact, I would say to those who put sanctions, don't remove them, because this makes us think outside the box and develop more.
And we understand that Hwange Power Station clocked 1,000 megawatts yesterday, and we understand we need 2,000 megawatts as a country. What is the way forward from here in terms of the power issue?
What you are saying is contrary to the briefing. I'm told now that we have adequate power for the current economic activities in the country. There is no load shedding for now. But we still have other projects which we are designing to increase the production or generation of power in Zimbabwe, because we must continue doing that. Currently, I know that as SADC, there is a deficit of nearly 6,000 to 7,000 megawatts. And whichever country can produce excess power, there's a market sitting in SADC. So we, as the Second Republic, will leapfrog to satisfy that deficit.
Thanks.